Making his way to the ring, he is your DCW heavyweight champion, Brett Buffshay.
Lauren Gardner, the Cicerone, welcoming you to the Gateway. This is Devotion Championship Wrestling, and that is your DCW heavyweight champion, making his first appearance back here in the ring since beating the former champ, Andrew Sowell. Buffshay is all things pump. It's in the way he speaks, it's in the animation that he brings into the ring, the excitement. Heck, he even brings pump into his workout. Just look at those quads.
Salt Lake City, how are you doing? I said, how are you doing?
It is a sold out and fired up crowd here tonight.
Now, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm in a good mood. I'm ready to party. I'm ready to have some fun. Are you guys ready? Woo. Now I've been partying out in Atlanta, Georgia. Now I'm ready to bring the party celebration here to Salt Lake City. And we're gonna party hard. And I'm not just gonna be partying, all of you gonna be partying, let's go! Woo. Hey, Atlanta got the Braves championship celebration, but tonight, Salt Lake City got the Buffshay celebration!
Sadly, that is not the music of anyone celebrating, albeit one man. A man who I think it is safe to say the most disliked, perhaps even hated fan by the devoted faithful. Giving out, is that an AA chip? Can't give anything away, can he? Sowell making his way to the ring, not scheduled to be here. This is supposed to be Brett Buffshay's first time to establish himself as the champion here with the fans. Boy, he's got a lot of chips he's thrown out. I don't know how anonymous he's being by giving away his chips like that, but, you know, to each their own, I suppose.
Got something to say?
Brett is awesome. It's true. That's a scientific fact.
Will you fascist wanna-dos please shut up?
Oh, come on.
Brett, you're nothing more than 3 seconds better than me.
That's all it takes, my friend.
You do, but here, I want to give you a token of my thanks. Why would you do that? Was a very important thing. It's the Scarlet Letter showing that you're the king wanna-do. Well, guess what? I'm gonna invoke my rematch clause for that DCW Heavyweight Championship. You wanna do it right now? Let's do it when I feel like it.
Ah, of course. Of course. Typical Sowellian fashion. Brett Buffshay is fired up. He's ready to settle this dispute.
I'm gonna do it on my time when I'm good and ready, not when you want it, not when all these stupid fascists want it.
Oh, come on. That's not how it works, Andrew.
Tell you what.
Sowell looking to get one over on the champ, but the champ stands victorious.
Hey, guess what, Sowell? It doesn't matter when you want, because Buff Daddy's always ready!
The Buff Daddy, indeed. Andrew Sowell has at least a pound of flesh extracted. A small price to pay in this Shakespearean tale, not unlike the merchant in Venice, but instead, he's the merchant of menace. After a devastating loss to Brett the Threat in our last episode, Mr. Classic returns with Águila to set the record straight. But Brett the Threat doesn't come alone. And in our main event, William Cutting looks to defend his Utah State television title against Eric the World Walker. All that and more coming up after this.
The day doom is coming. Your blood will turn white. Your face will turn green. Your eyeballs will pop with pleasure. Because our show's the living end. Take a shot, you're gonna need an awful lot. When you see our shocker so terrifying that it is easier to die than to live. Come if you must, but make your wills. Say your goodbyes, for soon you may be up in the skies.
Welcome back, folks. We are here at the Gateway. In the ring right now, starting things out is Águila and Brett the Threat. Brett the Threat, much like our last episode, still seems to be wearing his little brother's singlet. Not able to get one that can go over his shoulders. And the gentleman standing outside the ring, who looks like a stand-in for Mad TV's Stewart, is Kid Issac. With referee Michael Berkowitz having already called for the bell, Brett the Threat is wasting no time establishing himself as a dominant force not only in this match, but seemingly here on the DCW roster. Again, not able to get any information about Brett the Threat nor his pumpkin pie haircutted companion, but from the last episode and what we've seen in the ring thus far, Brett the Threat has a solid mat game, having been trained extensively, I would argue, in amateur wrestling. However, the basis of any good luchador is an understanding of grappling, and I have seen one heck of a matchup thus far with Águila. Again, Brett the Threat showing off his fondness for the Hitler Youth movement with his goose steps. He's got him down fairly well, I guess, as much as true fascism goes. Back up to neutral position now. The Threat shoots. Not only is able to secure the double leg takedown, does a lift, and brings Águila down to the mat. That would be 2 points, and 2 more for a reversal, now into a pinfall. 2, no! Brett the Threat able to escape. Águila being able to match everything that the Threat has thrown at him thus far. Fighting out of the Phoenix area, this luchador, I couldn't think of someone better to team up with Mr. Classic, both having very comparable styles, different yet complementary, that is. Águila taking advantage of his ring control right now, goes and tags in his partner. Mr. Classic comes in, the two working in tandem. Classic with the Benedigia with a dropkick gainer. Classic goes to the cover and Brett the Threat kicks out at 1. No doubt the Threat upset at his situation as we reach the 3.5 minute mark in this bout. Tag is made and in comes Kid Issac. Issac apparently also borrowing his ring gear from Brett the Threat's little brother. Classic now looks to whip, puts on the brakes, throws Kid Issac back into their own corner, and a tag is made to the legal eagle. But Classic's not done. Look at that. An explosive jumping suplex keeps Kid Issac out of the reach from making the tag to his partner. Oh, goodness sakes, a basement dropkick coming down on top of Kid Issac. The eagle is perched, and now with a switch springboard, Enziguri covering half of the ring. And Classic looking to employ his glory, Mr. Classic right in front of Kid Isaac's own corner, coming to the kid's rescue. And the dismay of Mr. Classic is Bret the Threat pulling, I don't know, I'm gonna guess younger companion, I don't know. He's a kid. Out to the side, back in now. Tag is made, Bret the Threat, and Águila back at it again. We've yet to see Mr. Classic and Bret the Threat throw blows in this match. The Threat now pulling Águila to his feet, pitches in with an Alexief spin, but is met with a boot right to the jaw from Águila. Águila now being held up by Kid Isaac. This allows the Threat to come in and viciously yank Águila down to the mat. Perhaps this bird's wings have been clipped as Bret the Threat grounding and pounding, throwing forearms down into Águila's glabella. We can see the effects as the downed luchador, dazed, confused, struggling to get to his feet. Bret the Threat making quite a point in his technical abilities. Goes to his own corner, makes a tag to Kid Isaac, directing traffic as Kid Isaac comes down with a double axe handle off the second rope, right under his opponent's elbow. And mockingly, Bret the Threat allowing Kid Isaac to let Águila get over to the corner, but not make a tag. Now with a basement dropkick to the back, hooks a leg, Águila able to kick out. I tell you what, there are no fans as savvy as there are here as the devoted faithful. They see the trouble that Classic and Águila are in, even more so now as Bret the Threat and Kid Isaac looking to hoodwink referee Michael Berkowitz. Isaac now pulling the downed Águila into the center of the ring, setting up for an elbow drop right to the L4, perhaps realizing that he doesn't have what it takes to keep that bird grounded, drags the opponent into his own corner, tag is made, and Bret the Threat gets a sit-out drop elbow of his own. Águila desperate for some sort of reprieve at this point, but I don't see it coming. Desperately now looking to mount some offense up to his feet, but instead is caught into a inside-out gable grip. Oh no, an over the head release gargoyle suplex. And instead of going for the pin like any rational human being would do, Bret the Threat starts yelling at the devoted faithful, taunting his opponent, giving him kickstart after kickstart to the back of the head, appearingly a legend in his own mind. Such basics are far beyond him, and thus it is now looking to slap him literally right in the face. Not to sleep on that mounted offense, he comes in with a stiff boot right to the chest of Águila, setting up into the front facelock now, and plants a beautiful bridge snap suplex. Gets into position, goes for the cover. Attention to details, folks. It's what separates the wheat from the chaff. Not hooking a leg can be the difference between a win and a loss. And I think, as he goes on throughout his career, again, I don't know how long he's been wrestling. I don't have any information on the guy. But I digress. Coming off the ropes, Bret the Threat catches Águila into a standing quarter spladle, backing him into his own corner, and now Kid Issac using the positioning of the corner to hide a pivotal advantage, pulling back on that quarter spladle, an extremely excruciating maneuver. Águila not submitting, still in it, but for how much longer, especially with that added leverage from Kid Issac. Official Berkowitz seeing something going on out of his purview as he's trying to check on the well-being of Águila, sees it and breaks it with a shoulder-high kick of his own. Now bringing Brett the Threat, pot over tea kettle into the center of the ring. Referee Berkowitz starts a count for both downed men. And right now I gotta say, the pendulum is swinging on the side of Mr. Classic. Let's assume that both of these men are able to make tags. Brett the Threat must realize that he cannot rely on Kid Issac now, looking to tie up Águila. Águila hits him with a step-up enziguri. Brett the Threat forced to make the tag. Ill-fated as it is, as Mr. Classic comes in and like a D8 caterpillar is clearing the forest. With precision execution of his lariats, he's brought each competitor down time after time. Now running in with equally vicious uppercuts, throwing the whole weight of his body into each man, throwing them into the turnbuckle, now into a claymore, and down goes Kid Issac! Issac down! Classic gets into position and goes for the cover! And that's it, folks!
And your winners, the tag team of Águila and Mr. Classic.
Mr. Classic made the right call in bringing the luchador from the Valley of the Sun here to DCW. I hope that we get to see these two in action as a team in the future. Ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere because coming up, we still have our main event for the evening. The Utah State Television Championship is on the line as William Cutting defends against returning competitor Eric the World Walker. Welcome back, folks. We are underway with no more commercial breaks in our main event. William Cutting defending his Utah State television title against Eric the World Walker. We've seen Eric Walker once before here. An impressive showing, but he came up short. Now looking, in his own words, to make waves and get paid. I think William Cutting is taking umbrage with the fact that he's going up against someone who he doesn't believe has paid his dues here in DCW. Although Walker, himself a journeyman, has wrestled everywhere from Rev Pro in the UK into the Philippines, Japan, and Korea as well. He's tried to adapt and learn from everything he can, almost like a Jeet Kune Do take to professional wrestling. Right off the bat, we are seeing the effect of a That is the meanness, yes sir. We are seeing the effect of a 6'5", 217-pound man going up against a much smaller champion, but we've always said that the most dangerous thing about cutting is his cunning and knowing when to get in the ropes when it is advantageous. Officiating this bout is referee Sean Bertin. We are in good hands with this man. He will keep Cutting and Lucas outside the ropes in check as he accompanied the champion out to the ring, a fellow member of his butcher shop. The two now back up into a neutral position. Cutting goes in with a stiff gut punch, now hammering to the back of the skull, using his own skull to deliver damage. We've seen that be one of his perennial favorites time after time. Oh, now taking a shot to the frontal lobe of Walker's head. Walker again showing that extreme weight advantage that he has, now using it to his advantage, throwing himself into Cutting not once but twice, and throwing Cutting's lighter feet out from underneath him. The devoted faithful are loving what they're seeing. William Cutting, he's just seeing stars at this point, goes for the cover. Cutting kicks out.
What are you doing? Get off the mat. Get off the mat.
Referee Sean Bertin, who spent his time defending and protecting our country. Thank him for his service, and we know we are in the best of hands when it comes to enforcement. Lucas tripping up Walker, it looks like, and now right into the butcher's hooks. That's all Cutting needed for a quick, oh gosh. And oh, how the tables have turned. Cutting always there to take a pinfall when it's available. Very much indifference to what we saw in the match previously, where Brett the Threat would take the time to taunt the fans. Cutting, he's looking to win, and he will capitalize on any chance given to him. The devoted faithful have quickly made their pick and who they want to win this bout. But right now, Cutting seems to be dominating atop their favorite. This is your champion, folks. Your television champion, represented right here on Fight TV. Oh, gosh. Lucas is such an impressive specimen, but at the same time, he's impressionable. And William Cutting has exploited that. Goes for the cover. Walker kicks out, showing he just has as much heart as he does height in this bout. And in his career, turned professional in 2008 and has been traveling the world ever since. The last true journeyman, some might say. Goes into a snapmare, does Cutting. Sets him up, off the ropes. Baseball slide lariat into a pin. No! Walker in it still. Cutting not happy about it. He thought it was in the bag, and I'll be honest, that was close. It was close, but my man, Sean, can count to three, William. Don't worry about it. You do what you do. Well, you seem to be doing it fairly well thus far. Rolling the contender over, not going for the pin, but instead with a drop knee in stereo again, going in triplicate perhaps. No! Now just using his knee as a pressure point for leverage, cranking on the back of his neck. My goodness. What a sadistically unique way to put pressure on the neck. Again, Walker using his height advantage with those knees, able to get out of it, gets to his feet, blocks, goes in with the right roundhouse, blocks blocks a roundhouse from Cutting, delivers one of his own, calls for another, blocks, and now a left jab comes off the ropes, rushes in, and brings down the champion with a massive lariat. Now another. He sets up, looking to deliver the final shine. He hits it! He hits it! Goes for the cover! 2! No! No, folks! Cutting, still in it. Still in it regardless, folks. The man might not be your favorite, but he does what it takes to win. My goodness, a skyscraper leg lariat brings down the champ. No! Still not enough to keep the man down. Lucas is furious at this point. And Bertal is gonna go have words with Lucas. Justifiably frustrated is Walker, but he needs to worry about what's going on behind him as Cutting comes in with the anxiety attack. That might be it, folks. But is it enough for Cutting? It is not. Now, going in with the self-harm. This professional sadist is putting his mark not only on the title, but on the whole division. William Cutting is someone who will not be mocked lightly.
The winner and still Utah State Television Champion, William Cutting.
Cutting has held that title since he won it in that vicious, almost grotesque hardcore match, beating out the likes of Sam Adonis, Leo Wolf, even Josh Glade. I fear that we may be looking at a new year with the title still in his hands. Folks, thanks for spending time with us here at DCW, and as always, until next time, stay devoted.
Now I will kill you.